experiences that have impacted my relationship with God, and actually my husband Aaron has been a part of it all. First was an ATV accident, our fairy tale wedding, and Freedom Conference 2021. From day one of dating, Aaron wanted God to bless our relationship and invited me to church with his family. Instead of going to church though, we went ATV riding with a friend of his. Long story short, I was life flighted when the ATV rolled onto my head and should have killed me. Thankfully, Aaron made me wear a helmet that day and God saved my life. We like to say that the ATV accident was divine intervention, and I've actually been attending church since then. Now, our fairy tale wedding. As some of you may know, we planned our wedding in the middle of COVID in upstate New York. Up until 2 weeks before the wedding, Ohio was on New York's quarantine list, and we told the venue that we had faith we would be off the list and would be getting married at Bolt Castle. The castle didn't believe us and had actually decided to close for the season exactly 2 weeks early. Then they went to their little group and they decided to change their mind and gave us full reign of the castle and grounds for a few hours, even though they were closed to the public. Next, there was a 100% chance of rain at 1:30 when the wedding was about to start. Right before I walked down the aisle, it started thundering, and Aaron told Bob that God was bringing the drums. Rain or no rain, I was determined to walk down that aisle. I'm the type of person who actually loves to dance in the rain and had waited my whole life for this day. God managed to do what only He can do and held back the rain until our entire wedding party had walked back up to the castle after we said I do. Next comes Freedom Conference. In May, I attended the Freedom Conference with my SAW group and felt God's presence the entire weekend and was able to have some emotional breakthroughs. Those who knew me before I was committed to my faith wouldn't recognize me now. I used to be the person who thought that the church would catch on fire if I stepped into one. I used to drink and party all the time. It wasn't until God brought me Aaron that church and God became a regular thing for me. I felt called to be baptized for a while now and was originally going to do it in the Jordan River on our honeymoon. However, the trip keeps getting pushed back due to COVID, and I know that God has some really amazing things up His sleeve for me. God continues to show up again and again in our lives, and we continue to put God first in our marriage and in our home. I say all of this to say that I'm ready to take this next step and leave it all in the water. And believe me, I have a lot to leave.
I wrote something down too. So I was baptized as a baby, so this is a recommitment for me, my choice. And I just got tired of being lukewarm. I got tired of giving lip service. I feel like God has been chasing me really hard for past decade or so. And we've gone to church, and I found a different place in a member of council and a member of the welcome team and a member of, even giving sermons. And the whole time I still wasn't willing to just let go of some things. I really wasn't willing to just let it all go and give it all to Him. And so today is to do that, to give it all to Him and say, let's go new. Let's hit the reset button.
Like you said, my name's Peyton. This is my little brother, Preston. And I kind of wrote a little story for you guys, which kind of explains why we're getting baptized today. If we can share our story with people who respond with empathy and understanding, shame can't survive. The past 4 years have been the most trying times of my life. My family has endured our fair share of trials and tribulations. While my family was being tested, I was also fighting my own fight internally. I was really struggling with my identity and purpose in life. I wasn't the popular high school cheerleader anymore. I was supposed to be starting an exciting new chapter of my life, but I couldn't see getting past the next day. I was hoping I would go to sleep and not wake up. One of the outcomes of my family's test led to Preston coming to live with me so he could have a stable place to get through high school. As I'm going through all of this, I really started to question the goodness in God. I was really transparent with him that I didn't do this thing where I'm like, okay, I know you're good, so I believe it. I decided to bring my real self and say, okay, I know I should believe you're good, but I don't believe it because what I've been going through is really painful. For so long, I couldn't understand why I was put in this position, why I had to sacrifice so much at such a young age. I waited, I prayed, I got frustrated, I continued to question everything, but I continued to be patient. And one day, when I least expected it, it clicked. And now it's so clear to me that this was God's plan to save my life. Preston saved my life. We don't set the pace. It's God's plan, God's path, and God's timing.